Naruto has been going on for 15 years, so there's a lot that this show encompasses. For the sake of time, I will briefly go over background as I go through so anyone who doesn't know about Naruto can understand what is going on. So Naruto and Sasuke have always been best friends as well as worst enemies. When Sasuke tried to leave the village, Naruto intercepts him for a fight which Sasuke ultimately wins. Fans of the show and manga who are probably too old to be consistently keeping up with them waited 10 years for the anticipated rematch, which takes place at the same location in which it started. This itself is good symbolism, which is a huge component of the show. Along with the deep storyline, this comic also encompasses allegoric qualities. The author uses many methods to allow the reader to feel as if they're in the story. One that is used very frequently is amplification through simplification. One of the reasons that this comic was so successful is that the author makes you feel as if you're going on Naruto's journey yourself. He uses Sasuke and Naruto as symbols for good and evil, Naruto being the good and Sasuke being the evil. When there are scenes that are crucial to the storyline, I often see ambiguous pictures that, besides from the actual point of the comic sequence, leave many other things to interpretation for the reader. Sometimes he blurs out faces and leaves silhouettes. This simplifies the character in a way that allows the reader to relate themselves to the character. The timing at which this is done strengthens the argument of amplification through simplification, because it usually is in times of deep conversation and emotion where it would be most effective for a reader to take on an empathetic perspective. In this picture, the characters are not even represented as humans, but as vague symbols for good and evil. On the left is a dark, almost archangel-like creature, and on the right is a white fox, with the forces of nature going against each other in the background. This is a symbolic moment where two forces come together and is portrayed with symbols where readers can choose their side. Instead of being the very literal depiction of Naruto fighting Sasuke, it is now a symbolic representation of good versus evil. After Naruto and Sasuke have used all their power and exhausted themselves to near death, they are reduced to fighting the old-fashioned way. The picture above shows two silhouettes squaring off at the same place their ancestors did at the dawn of time. At this point of reading, the mood is very intense and the reader is almost obligated to put themselves into the shoes of Naruto. The two characters have yet again been transformed into mediums for attribution. The final scene of the battle takes place after a long conversation where Sasuke admits he is lost and good triumphs over evil. However, this picture symbolizes the coexistence of good and evil and how they operate in unison with a type of codependence on each other. The linking stone fingers under the two characters is actually the unison symbol. The symbol is clear while the two characters look vague with a puddle of blood connecting them where their hands should be. At this point, any real Naruto fan should feel as if they had fought the battle themselves and had finally found peace.